And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Catan Logic Puzzle. Now, Catan is one of the most popular games in the world, and Asmodee knows this, and they've slapped in on everything from socks to shoes to backpacks to who knows what. Now they're doing logic puzzles, except this is actually part of a series called Logic Quest. This is one of the first 4 that came out. So this one is based on the most popular IP of them all, which is Catan. This is a game in which you are connecting cities and settlements with different tiles on a hex grid. It's possibly one of the simpler ones in this series to figure out how it works, although the theming, I might argue, almost gets in the way a little bit. Well, maybe not. Let me show you. In this game, you're going to have a bunch of settlement pieces, which are single hexes, or cities, which are 3, which show the different resources from Catan. You're going to set up according to a puzzle card. There are 40 of these puzzle cards included in the game that go from easiest to most difficult, the red being the most difficult. So when you set these up, you have rivers and possibly this desert area. Those are just blockers. And it will give you some pieces. For example, in this case, I'm going to put these 2 pieces out. And I need to connect all 3 of these together. And the only way you can do that, so this is not a legal connection because I put bricks next to wood and wood next to bricks. But wait, oh my, now they're connected. And here, again, obviously this would not work because sheep don't go next to the ore. So I could rearrange this piece and boom, I'm done. Well, let's add a wrinkle to it now, a puzzle too. And don't worry, this is the only 2 puzzles I'm going to show you. The problem that you have is that this here is a robber piece, and the only piece that can ever touch a robber piece is a knight. Now, I don't have any knights with this particular puzzle. Some pieces come with a knight. You're not allowed to do this because here the wood and the ore touch the robber. But I could do something maybe where the robber is touching this. Of course, even that's not legal because the ore is touching the wood. So I'd have to figure out some way to get the piece here that would fit. This is a legit thing, for example, because the ore touches the ore, the knight touches the robber. But in this particular case, I need to now go around that knight. So maybe I would go this way and then like this. And then once again, connecting that there. And then when you're done, you flip it over to see a solution to see if you're correct. That's pretty much it. They're going to add more and more knights later on. I mean, like when you see this one here, for example, look at all those pieces. There's all kinds of craziness, and you have to connect everything on the board. And this is the final puzzle. But that's how you play. The components for this one I think are fine. Everything fits very nicely on these hexagons here. It's easy to tell the different components apart. When you're done, you're simply just going to take all the puzzles and put them here in the card section. You throw all the pieces in, and then the lid snaps on top. So this is actually the best storage solution of these Logic Quests, actually. But there you go. Now, I don't know if this card had put in here like, hey, check out the Catan family. I don't know if this puzzle is meant to sell more copies of Catan. I don't want to say that it's just a Catan theme slapped on a logic puzzle, but it does feel like that a little bit. I want to be clear, I like this. It's a fun puzzle. I like the idea of connecting things. I like the idea, especially the knights. I find that to be very interesting as you have to go around them or the robbers, but put your knights next to those robbers. That's a cool concept. It's just that it doesn't mean anything to me thematically, just so I need to put the right stuff next to the other ones. The theme doesn't hurt it. Hey, why not do Catan? Not a big deal. But the fact that little ones are settlements and big ones are cities because they produce more resources, also, who cares? But whether you like Catan or not, I think this is a pretty solid little logic puzzle. There's nothing remotely unique and clever about it on the basic level other than having the knights, things you can't touch. I'm not sure I've seen that in a puzzle before. I've definitely seen obstacles, and this one has those too, the rivers and sand you have to go around, but you are making these connections, but then the little robbers are the ones you can't touch, or just fitting everything on the hex grid. Like I said, this is a pretty simple one in here. It's pretty easy to get into. I found these, the harder puzzles on here are difficult. I had trouble as I went through some of them. But I thought it was a pretty neat idea. And if the IP helps sell more copies of it, why not? So that's Catan Logic Puzzle. I'm Tom Vasel. You've been watching the Dice Tower. Dice Tower Judgment approved.